Hey everyone, welcome back to ChaatNChat. My name's Josh.
My name's Miguel.
And we are watching Life of Pi. This is part 2 of the reaction series that we have going on. So if you missed part 1, then you can go check that out. I put the playlist link in the description of this video where you can watch that, catch up on where we're at, and then join us back here. And if you haven't yet and you like these videos, then be sure to subscribe, share, and upvote the video by slapping the like button.
There are no lines.
Oh man! Yeah. Imagine if there were just lines in the water, like John at the show. Like...
Well, or like traffic lanes on our freeway.
Establish a strict schedule for eating, keeping watch, and getting rest. Do not drink urine or seawater.
Oh, like the saltwater rash.
Above all, don't lose hope.
11 days so far.
Wow.
Few things can sap the spirit faster than seasickness.
Yeah.
A sea anchor is used as a drag to keep the boat's head to the wind. Proper use of them can increase control and reduce seasickness during rough seas.
Oh, wow.
Turn the lifeboat sideways to the waves, accompanied by harsh, aggressive use of the whistle. With sufficient repetition, the animal will associate the sound of the whistle with the discomfort of seasickness.
Oh, so true.
Ah!
Oh, man. Imagine squaring off with a tiger like that. Marking your territory. Yep, that's the animal kingdom. Do it, man.
Mine! You understand? Yours! Mine! You understand?
He's gonna puke. He's trying to puke. I need to puke.
Oh! No! I guess he got his answer. Very creative. I mean,
he's
a survivalist, dude.
Yeah, he's using all the tools that he can get.
Here, Richard Parker. I got some water for you.
Oh, yeah, I guess if he associates the good thing.
I can eat the biscuits, but God made tigers carnivores, so I must learn to catch fish. If I don't, I'm afraid his last meal will be a skinny vegetarian boy.
Skinny vegetarian boy. Again, those carnivores will eat meat that's been eating veggies.
Yeah, he's gonna have to fish all day, all night to keep that tiger fed.
There's something in the water that he sees. Oh, sharks? Nope.
Some big tuna or something. Is this his chance to like take the boat back? Oh, yeah, he's like, this boy's gonna be easier to catch than a fish.
Ah!
Oh, that would be tough, you know? Like, I don't think I could.
Yeah.
I don't...
It's like, okay, dude, you got me at a difficult spot.
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't have it in. I get like survival and stuff, but
So he increased his raft size, but at the same time got him back in there, so.
no, I think he just...
No,
Yeah?
see, he increased his raft size, got more
made it
food,
better. Yeah.
made it better so that he could, yeah, see, he
Smart.
32 cartons of biscuits, 93 cans of water.
Dorado. That one fish there.
He can use the net. Oh, is that how he's catching the fish? Whoa, very clever.
That Dorado is. Yeah, and it's a big fish.
That is a giant, that should feed the tiger quite well. Whew. Oh, and it has teeth too. You don't want to get bit by that.
No, thank you. No, nothing, man. It was Uber Eats. I mean, and delivery.
Uber Eats? Jeez.
Trapped
Oh,
Uber
is it
Eats.
like bioluminescence?
Yeah, bioluminescence.
But they're jellyfish, right?
Yeah. So some of them actually bioluminesce themselves. It's always been cool when I've gone scuba diving at night, and yeah, you can wave your hands and you create, and it's surprising just how much you can see. I mean, it is very bright. Oh.
Oh, not I mean, it's cool, but not cool.
Yeah, that was not so cool.
Oh, don't get stung, don't get stung. Have you ever been stung by a jellyfish?
Yeah.
I have, and it is painful.
Hunger can change everything you ever thought you knew about yourself.
What is that?
What?
Flying fish.
Oh. Grab it real quick.
Here, it's yours!
Oh, yeah.
Bonked him in the nose.
Yeah, well, they fly. They skim. And he's like, what the hey? You threw that food. It wasn't. Oh, here you go.
Whoa.
Open your mouth. Take it, dude. Some will end up in the boat.
This part's clearly meant for 3D because the fish are coming into the letterboxing. I'm sure it'd hurt if they hit you.
Yeah,
right?
I'm surprised he just hasn't fallen down. Oh, if a tuna comes right in behind and jumps into the boat, that would be awesome. Oh!
Oh, he did. Oh, Richard Parker's happy.
Yep.
He's
Yep,
like,
I got. Okay, I get you, dude.
Showed him who's boss, dude. What's all this
It's all the
stuff?
scales from the fish
Oh, from not hitting him?
that were hitting him. He's still on his own little boat.
And this is the first time he's eating meat, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Fresh fish. Oh yeah, particularly Dorado. Yeah.
No, wasn't that a tuna though?
Actually it's a form of tuna.
It's time to settle this. If we're going to live together, we have to learn to communicate. Maybe Richard Parker can't be tamed, but with God's will, he can be trained.
Oh, he does not look like he's wanting to be
What I
tamed.
want to know is where is all the cat poo-poo going?
Off the edge.
Off the edge? You think he's hanging his butt off?
Yeah. Like, I don't like this stick. Get it out of my face.
Get it out of my face, man.
No!
Oh? Now the reward?
Oh wait, what? I can smell this. Fresh fish. Mmm. Stick has something on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not happy about this. It's kind of funny.
I like his whiskers.
Yeah, his whiskers are great. They are so super big. Well, I mean, again, they use whiskers to figure out their body width, so it makes sense.
Go, Richard Parker. Go. Go on home, I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, now toss him a piece of meat.
I never thought a small piece of shade could bring me so much happiness.
Yeah.
That a pile of tools, a bucket, a knife, a pencil, might become my greatest treasures. We were both raised in a zoo by the same master. Now we've been orphaned, left to face our ultimate master together.
What a great way to collect water. A ship.
A ship.
Hey!
Oh, you have to get their attention with flashing or
Yeah,
something.
there's just no way you're gonna make enough noise.
He needs.
Oh, he has a flare gun.
Hopefully it goes off right.
Don't waste too many. Give it some time. Nope.
No. Nowadays we have emergency beacons and light.
And sonar and that sort of stuff. They could catch like a small raft like this on sonar.
Yeah.
0, 1, 3, 6, 0, 4, 6.
Oh, I mean, getting comfortable with the tiger,
yeah,
but I
just
don't
a
know
little
if
bit,
I get
just a little
that
bit.
comfortable.
If he comes and cuddles with you, whoa!
Talk to me.
That's a little spooky.
Wow.
It's kitty cat TV.
I actually thought he was going to turn his head and start talking to him like he was starting to hallucinate.
Oh, that would have been interesting. Yeah, definitely. That I did kind of think that too. That it would have been, but I'm like, no, that's not the character of this.
No. Oh, the squid?
The squid
Getting a, what is that?
attaching to a
whale?
A whale. Oh, he is hallucinating a little bit.
Yeah, this is a trip. It goes back to that, remember that elephant that was made out of all of the figures?
And how they're all interconnected.
Yeah.
Words are all I have left to hang on to. Everything mixed up, fragmented. Can't tell daydreams, night dreams from reality anymore.
Oh no, his pencil is so small.
Yeah, that's it. No more writing.
Uh-oh, that's not a good formation, cloud formation.
Cumulonimbus.
Storm Richard Parker.
We've been there before, dude. We don't want to do that again. Yeah, this is going to get rough.
At least he was smart enough to know it's coming so that he could secure all this.
Well, I don't know how
Hopefully
much he's going to be able
get
to
it onto the boat.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
lost his book.
Lord of all worlds, the compassionate, the merciful.
What is he doing?
It's a miracle.
Has he lost it?
Maybe a little bit. It's also probably a little bit PTSD because of the event that brought them there.
Yeah, but he's getting rid of all the cover.
Richard Parker.
He's like, no, I don't wanna. Poor Richard Parker, he is not enjoying
I'm sorry,
this.
Richard Parker.
Yeah.
Oh, his raft is gone. Now you better hope that that cat's not gonna... Is he still alive?
Still a lot of water. Rainbow, double rainbow actually almost. It's an incredible shot.
We're dying, Richard Parker. I'm sorry.
No, he's starting to forget that rule, not to lose hope. Well, like it looks like shade from a tree.
Yeah, or something. Did they run into a...
What?
They ran into an island?
It's been
And you're
months.
weak, and you're weak, and you're... And he's like, oh, is this edible? Veggies?
Is it moss? Oh, it's actually much bigger than I thought.
Yeah. Looks like a taro root. Not exactly the best in the world to eat raw, but when you're hungry, you're hungry. you will make do.
Mm-hmm. What? Oh, meerkats.
Meerkat.
Wait,
No, not that many in one spot.
dude, no, he's tripping. This can't be real.
But I'd be careful, like crocodiles, alligators.
Well, just like his uncle collecting swimming pools.
That's actually very true. Oh, okay, so I swam this one pool, and then I went to another little pool.
Oh, I bet he'd be like feasting on these meerkats.
Yeah.
Yep. Wait, they're just letting him too.
But if they've never, well, okay, two things. If they
don't understand predators because
Yeah.
or if they're on the island by themselves.
they probably have no sense of predators, and they've never seen a tiger.
It'd be really hard to leave a place like that though. You know, like where you know you have water and you have food.
Why is he running back to the boat? That is not a good sign. Oh, the water rises.
Oh.
And that's why
But wouldn't that not be fresh water then? Like if the water rises and falls, wouldn't that be salt water in that pool?
I don't know.
Those fish look
Yeah,
dead.
yeah, it's all like dead. So I think what's happening is there's some sort of acid that's coming up that bubbles up.
What? The island's like in the shape of a body.
Is that an edible fruit? You gotta be careful about some of this fruit, man. It looks bioluminescent. Flower.
Oh, it's like a lotus hidden in the forest, right? Or jungle, right?
Yeah.
Like the girl, like in the dance.
Yeah.
It was a human tooth.
Don't you see? The island was carnivorous.
Carnivorous, like a Venus flytrap.
The plants, the water in those pools, the very ground itself. During the day, those pools held fresh water. But at night, some chemical process turned the water in those pools into acid.
Wow.
But where'd the tooth come from?
Years ago, some poor fellow just like me must have found himself stranded on that island. And like me, thought he might stay there forever. But all that the island gave him by day, it took away again by night.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw how my life would end if I stayed on that island,
Yeah.
alone and forgotten. I had to get back to the world or die trying.
That'll give you a kick in the pants you need to get moving.
So he's getting.
I filled my stores with fresh water, ate seaweed until my stomach could take no more, and brought as many meerkats as I could fit into the storage locker for Richard Parker.
Yeah, I guess. That makes sense.
Richard Parker!
Coming, Dad. Coming. It's almost like a dog or a well-trained cat.
If I hadn't found those shores, I would have died.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't discovered that tooth, I would have been lost.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known. Got to get out of here. Take what you can and head out, dude.
By the time we reached the Mexican shore, I was afraid to let go of the boat. My strength was gone. I was so weak. I was afraid that in 2 feet of water, so close to deliverance, I would drown.
Oh my God, all the way to Mexico.
That's incredible.
At the edge of the jungle, he stopped. I was certain he was going to look back at me. And then Richard Parker, my fierce companion, the terrible one who kept me alive, disappeared forever from my life.
Wow.
That would be so tough. Like, so,
I mean, it was a bond that you had.
A few hours, a member of my own species found me. He left and returned with a group who carried me away. I wept like a child. Not because I was overwhelmed at having survived, although I was. I was weeping because Richard Parker left me so unceremoniously.
Not even a growl.
not even a growl.
You know, my father was right. Richard Parker never saw me as his friend. After all we had been through, we didn't even look back. But I have to believe there was more in his eyes than my own reflection staring back at me. I know it. I felt
Maybe
it.
he couldn't say goodbye.
Even if I can't prove it.
Maybe he came back looking for him and he's like, hey, where'd you go? I was getting food.
You know, I've left so much behind. My family, the zoo, India, Anandi. I suppose in the end, the whole of life becomes an act of letting go.
Mm-hmm.
But what always hurts the most is not taking a moment to say goodbye.
Mm.
I know Richard Parker is a tiger, but I wish I had said, it's over, we survived. Thank you for saving my life. I love you, Richard Parker. You'll always be with me. See, I was the only one who survived the shipwreck. The Japanese shipping company sent 2 men to talk to me in the Mexican hospital where I was recovering. I still have a copy of the report.
Wow, the only one that survived.
Thousands of meerkats on a floating carnivorous island, and no one has ever seen it.
Yes, just like I told you.
Bananas don't float. You said the orangutan floated to you on a bundle of bananas, but bananas don't float.
Of course they do. You try it for yourself.
Yeah, they actually do float.
We are here because a Japanese cargo ship sunk in the Pacific.
Something I never forget. Lost my whole family.
Yeah. You guys hear all about a ship.
But we have come a long way, and we are no closer to understanding why the ship sank.
Because I don't know. I was asleep, something woke me up. It could have been an explosion, I can't be sure.
Yeah. An explosion would sound like thunder.
We need a simpler story for our report. One our company can understand. A story we can all believe.
So a story without things you've never seen before.
That's right.
Without surprises, without animals or islands.
Yes. The truth.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Just spit on everything he just said.
Yeah.
So, what did you do?
I told them another story. 4 of us survived.
The cook and the sailor were already aboard. I'll never understand the point of that man's suffering. I can still hear him. The happy Buddhist. He only ate rice and gravy.
So a version of the truth.
Stop whining and be happy, he said. We need more food or we'll die. That was the whole point. What was the whole point, Mother asked? You let that poor boy die in order to get bait, you monster.
The cook didn't stop at bait either, no. The sailor, he went the same way the rat went.
Oh, that's dark.
I jumped over and turned back just as the knife came out. There wasn't anything I could do. Threw her body overboard. And then the sharks came. And I saw what they...
Reliving this in such detail is must be very hard.
I was alone in a lifeboat, drifting across the Pacific Ocean, and I survived.
The investigators didn't seem to like the story exactly, and they left. In both stories, my family dies and I suffer.
True.
So which story do you prefer?
Interesting.
The one with the tiger. That's the better story.
Thank you. And so it goes with God.
Wow, that was so deep. Wow.
So your story does have a happy ending.
That's up to you. The story is yours now.
Wow.
Somewhere in the jungles of Mexico, the Bengal tiger. All right, that was a beautiful movie, like just visually stunning and just really deep. And I mean, you could pull so much meaning out of a lot of details in that. That part at the end just made you think so much. You know, when he told the story about all the characters doing what they're doing, like in the version that the reporters wanted. And now it makes you think, it's like, okay, which story is true?
Right.
You know, because the whole thing about him seeing a tiger and like this part of him keeping him alive, but is also trying to kill him. It's almost like him going against his own like
Animal
despair.
nature. Despair.
Well, despair and just like fighting to stay alive and fighting his against himself to stay alive. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing. And especially there at the end, like he's crying because there's this part of him that was with him for so long, but is just all of a sudden left him. And now he's like has to adjust back to life without having that ferocity in it. I don't know, maybe, or maybe the story is true. I mean, obviously it's not based on a real story. It's fiction, but still, I mean, it's a pretty amazing thing to think about, is like, in this world, like, could it be true? I mean, of course it could be true, maybe, but oof, man, that's so deep.
Yeah, while the story, when it was told with animals, it was almost as though you were desiring it all to work, okay? And yeah, conflict arose and animals fought with each other and some died and so forth. But then if you flip it and look at the story that he told for the report, your stomach just starts to churn when you hear that, and you think, okay, we're no longer talking animals anymore, and you're talking people, and particularly with you meeting those characters before, and then putting them in that perspective of place and so forth. It's like, wow.
Well, and also going back to like seeing the tiger as himself, when they were having that trippy dream, it was from the tiger's perspective looking down at the water, and we saw the reflections of the tiger face. We went through all the trip, and when we came back out, it was his face staring at the water.
Right.
And so it was already drawing those two comparisons right there.
Yeah.
But, you know, the thing is when you are stranded, and like, let's say there were these people that got into the boat and survived in the boat, you become animals.
Yeah.
Like, you become
it's
these
like Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies, exactly. Yeah. So in Lord of the Flies, the kids, they all become like these, like, they start forming these like packs and all that sort of stuff. And then they start fighting, and they become like animalistic in a way, just like how we described on the boat.
Yep.
And you just become so feral just to survive. It's like this instinct to survive. And yeah, there were some points through the story with the animals that as he was acting, like, oh my gosh, he's like really like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And then at some points it was like, wow, you're like, I don't really understand. I was trying to connect it to like, okay, he feels for the animals, but it was with such sorrow and stuff that then when he compared it to, or told the story with the humans, then I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, like you could rewatch this and in your mind imagine all those animals as the characters he told in the second story. So that would be an interesting way to watch this over again and imagine the tiger as himself the entire time.
Right.
So, wow, especially when that storm came, because then there was this half of him that was ready to accept whatever, but then the tiger was so scared. Right. And so it'd be like the part of him that was all scared. Oh my gosh, like, oh, I would love to watch this again, thinking of all those animals as people.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So, that was really good. I'm going to rate it a 10. I mean, it was beautifully done, a really good story, makes you think a lot. And I love movies that do that can really, because at first I thought it was just an incredible story, but then when he talked to the reporters, now all of a sudden my brain is racing.
Yeah, exactly.
And Rhythm and Hughes did an amazing job. They deserve that Oscar, and I really wish that they survived and stayed as a company, because
it's an interesting parallel that runs with this movie. If you think about it in some ways, they did not survive.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, they did such an excellent job, and the actor was never anywhere near a tiger. So, I mean, they used a couple of shots of a real tiger, but the vast majority of all of those shots were all CG. And the hyena, the zebra, the orangutan, all like CG. And I mean, when the tiger was wet and his hair was all like wet and shaking it out and moving and his claws getting stuck in the wood and just all the mannerisms that a tiger has, it's just like full on believable. It's just, whew.
Yeah.
And then a lot of those matte paintings and beautiful skies and sky replacements and stuff, because I think they filmed all this kind of like on stage, in like a pool.
Yeah.
And just to get those visuals and to have that vision to keep like in the iterations to like get to the final place. I mean, I could talk about that forever. And there are a lot of behind the scenes footage that you can watch of the making of this. So, I mean, it is an incredible piece of art. The whole movie is.
Yeah. So likewise, I also give it a 10. I definitely think that this is one of those movies that, and I think it's a movie that this is one test that I look at for a movie. If, again, we're 15 years on this movie, Is that about right?
13?
13.
13.
13 years on this movie. If a movie can tell a story and it still resonates and is impactful many, many years past it, in other words, it's not necessarily, even if it's a period piece and it tells the story and audiences from later generations, that is what I think is great storytelling and an awesome movie. So definitely
everything holds up about this movie.
Yeah.
You know, like everything.
Yeah.
And just the effects. I mean, I don't know if we'll ever get to a place in history where we'll watch this and be like, oh man, these effects are terrible back then. You know, like 2012, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know you could do that. But also, this would be crazy to watch in 3D because you could tell by the framing and how like the perspective or the aspect ratio was changing.
Yeah.
And when the fish were like flying in,
fish,
like they were coming from the letterboxing and stuff to give that kind of like big like push to your face. I mean, that would be kind of nuts. Now, I'm not usually one for like 3D movies, but I think watching this and those visuals in 3D could be pretty stellar.
Yeah, it could pull the viewer in a whole lot more into the isolation and the feeling of entrapment.
Especially when that tiger jumped out at the hyena.
But and then just the small space that it is. I mean, you don't realize how small a space it is until you see how, you know, he's basically starts out on an inner tube for his life pod off the boat. That's pretty, So. Oh, yeah, it's just a really, really, really good movie. So, yeah.
Well, we had a lot of recommendations for this, so thank you so much. And I'm very interested to hear what your thoughts and opinions are. Did you guys know about this whole controversy with Rhythm and Hues? Because even when they accept their Oscar, it was already after their company was facing the storm. And they tried to, when they were on stage, like bring it up, but then they cut off their mics and then they got them off the stage as fast as possible because they were like, nope, we don't want to hear it, get out of here. So, I mean,
That's so sad.
Right now the industry is going through a crazy time too, that lots of artists are out of work and looking for jobs and that sort of stuff. So it's really terrible. But let us know in the comments what you thought about this movie. What would you rate it? And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, sharing, and upvote the video by slapping the like button.